Welcome back, everyone, in War Eagle. My name is Eddie Orantes, and I'm the Director of Business Operations for the Office of Alumni Affairs. And for the next 30 minutes, your host of 18 minutes and 56 seconds, the Auburn Alumni Association Speaker Series. We are engaging our alumni and friends more than ever before, and we want to thank you for that. You can find all of our shows by going to aub.ie/1856 series. We also love to hear from you, so ask questions and interact by leaving comments on our Facebook page. We will do our best to answer them in the half hour that we have together. This today is the first of a two-part series featuring the newest alumni councils at the Alumni Association. We will start with the 10-member Black Alumni Council for the Auburn Alumni Association. Today, we're joined by Chacolby Burns-Johnson, class of '01. A successful professional and an outstanding alumna. I will encourage you to go to our 1856 page to read her full bio. There is so much to be said about her. However, today we'll focus on her role as a chair of the council that was formed in 2020 and features graduates from 1977 all the way through 2015. Chacolby, congratulations and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Eddie, just for that warm welcome. I am just absolutely grateful to you and the team at the Alumni Association, just for having me here today and just for all of the support of the Black Alumni Council. So I'm honored to be a part of the council and just look forward to the things that we're going to accomplish together.
Well, listen, I am excited as well, and I love what you have behind you. La vida es bella. Life is beautiful. And it really is. And so what I want to know is a little bit about you as a person. Give us context. Tell us your Auburn story. And then after that, we'll go in and talk a little bit about the council and what the council is about. But first, let's start with your beautiful life.
Absolutely. And that for me is just a mantra that I like to have, that La vida es bella, life is beautiful. And it's so many joyful moments that we can have. And I always think it's just your mindset. And then just thinking over just my life in general, how do you live inclusively? And I think that's one thing, April being diversity, to celebrate Diversity Month is one reason I think this is so important for us to talk about on today. But just a little bit about me and my Auburn story. I am from Montgomery. I had the opportunity to travel around quite a bit because my dad was in the Navy. So just growing up, I just had a different experience where I had a chance to experience different cultures, identities, backgrounds, and people. So I did attend public schools here in Montgomery, and I graduated from Robert E. Lee High School with a college prep advanced diploma. And I knew that I wanted to go on to a four-year university, even though, military was so strong in my background and my parents and other family members had completed that service. I also wanted to serve by helping people. And I originally thought I wanted to be a doctor. And of course, thinking about Auburn definitely stood out for me. One, because of the academics, the resources, the library, the facilities, a beautiful campus, and also just the activities. So I had started attending Auburn in 1997, and I was there from 97 to 2001. I am a first generation student and a first generation Auburn graduate. And I also wanted to be a little bit closer to home, being from Montgomery. Family is essential to me. And those who were in my circle of friends and influence at Auburn, they got to know my family, especially my mom's red velvet cakes and those home cooked meals. So that was another important thing about being close to home, but also attending Auburn. So while there, I had a chance to participate as a Camp War Eagle counselor. I was a member of Lambda Sigma Honor Society, a Duncan Darling, and of course, I was initiated into Delta Sigma Theta, the Kappa Upsilon chapter. So my Auburn story did not end at Auburn. It just continued to grow. Even my first position after graduating was offered to me by a fellow Auburn alum, and that was Terry Krenvik, along with my second one, which is Michelle Villema, who I'm happy to and proud to call friends now. So my Auburn story started back in 1997, and it spanned over 20 years.
That's a beautiful story. You are engaged, you are involved, and it sounds like very fulfilled. So it's no surprise that you are the chair of the Auburn Alumni Association's Black Alumni Council. So why don't we talk a little bit about the genesis and the purpose of the council, please?
Yes, so the Black Alumni Council, this is a newly established council with the Auburn Alumni Association. We are actually one of two newly formed councils. So there's the Young Alumni Council and then there's the Black Alumni Council. And programming for this started with the board of directors, and it was really focused on ways to promote inclusion and diversity. And when we're thinking about the Black Alumni Council, things were happening prior to the civil unrest, and social unrest, and racial reckoning with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and now Ahmaud Arbery, and just so many others, Dante Wright, that just happened. So Auburn was already thinking about ways to think inclusively and to be inclusive, uplifting all parts of the community. So with the Black Alumni Council, we were established in September of 2020. We are roughly a 10-member council. We're focused on community, connection, and collaboration. So to me, it's just an extension, just like any of the other clubs that you had while you were at Auburn, or if you're a member of an employee resource group, where you have a connection with a group based on the field of study that you're in, if it's tech, if it's women in business. So we are here just, again, to help uplift and promote our Black alumni. We're here to advocate for concerns for Black alumni and friends, but also to recruit new students, retain new students of color, and then also to get additional participation from Black alumni with our time, our talent, and also our treasure. And most importantly, just working to leave a legacy for Black alumni and those to come behind us, because there's so many that paved the way for us. So it's all about spreading awareness, promoting acceptance, and then just pushing for change to respect our differences and similarities with all people, specifically at this point with our Black alumni.
That is great. Very timely and appropriate at this time. Erin Hutchins can't say enough about the council. She being the coordinator for inclusion and diversity of the department, she often speaks highly about the quality of members as well as the work that's being done. So we're very excited and honored to have you guys represent us and the university in this way. When did you first hear about this council and how did you get started? I guess the question really is, why now for you?
Yeah, well, I heard about the council, number one. I initially saw the Young Alumni Council, and unfortunately, I kind of aged out of that since I'm a little bit over 40 now. So I knew that I wanted to come back and give to Auburn. At this point, I'm more established in my career. I have a little more time. I was rolling off additional boards, but most importantly, I have a love and passion for Auburn. As I mentioned, I am a first-generation student. So looking back, there's so many things that have happened in my life as a result of being an Auburn graduate and part of that community. And personally, for me, I have a passion for social justice, equality, and inclusion and diversity. And I feel that I want others to have a better experience than I had when I was at Auburn. When we think back over the history of the university, we were just integrated really in 1964. So when you think about that, that's really just, that's not a long time ago. So for me, it's a personal passion just to make sure that we're creating a comfortable, welcoming, and inclusive environment for all of our students, and also for specifically for Black students at this time and alumni as we're moving forward. So for me, it's a personal passion, but it's also a pleasure to be a part of the legacy that we're hoping to continue to leave here at Auburn.
Thank you for sharing that. When you think about your fellow council members, tell us a little bit about them. What are they, what type of ideas and purpose and vision do they bring into the table? And how are they going to develop this to being a successful council?
Yeah, so we are a council of 10. So we are a small group, but we are a mighty group. So graduates actually range from 1977 to 2015. And as a part of the council, I mean, we have the first Black cheerleader in Plainsman. We also have a Harvard Law graduate, a physician, breast cancer specialist, CEO of a defense contractor. So I really want to name all 10 of them because I value them, appreciate them. We're all taking our time and sacrificing to be a part of this council because we really want to make a powerful impact as we continue to pave the way for others, much like Harold Franklin did for us and Dr. Josetta Britton Matthews and Betsy Mae Holloway. So all of the others that have come before us, we're trying to do the same thing to pave the way for those behind us. So our council members, we have Courtney Bass, Anthony Britt, Jasmine Carr, Keisha Zada, Sonia Jenkins, Linwood Moore, Christy Stacey Ogletree, Latricia Vani Stone, Dr. Erica Stringer Reeser, and those are our 10 council members. We also work closely with our board liaison, who's also on the Auburn Alumni Association board, Angela Jenkins, and our staff liaison, as you've already mentioned, is Erin Hutchins. And of course, we must mention Regina Sanders as well, who is the current board president of the association. So we are striving with all of the work that we're doing to really uplift voices of Black alumni, students. We're talking about retention. How do we retain students once they come to Auburn? What does that actually look like? You know, we're thinking about funding, but also an inclusive environment. What ways can we work across generations with new alumni to reflect shared experiences so that Black alumni can be a part of the process, to have a seat at the table and have voices heard in a way that we can honor the past, but also prepare our Black students and future students for at Auburn to leave a legacy. So it's all about diversity promotion, but also how can we also, as members of the Auburn family, advocate for meaningful relationships and support for students. And I do just want to mention there are about 11,000 Black alumni. So we're standing in the place to hopefully continue to make change and impact moving forward.
That's a significant number, and I'm glad you brought that up. You also talked about the work that the council is doing. You recently collaborated with Dr. Gaiman and Enrollment Services. We're going to be playing a video in a few minutes. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're about to see?
Yes, so I mean, there has been a decline in the number of Black students that have been attending Auburn, and we just want to reach out as Black alumni to show that there are Black alumni who are out here, we're successful. We want to make sure that we're creating a meaningful experience. So we partner with Dr. Gaiman to create videos where we're recruiting potential students to come and be a part of the Auburn family. So we are sharing our experience, and I think it's so important for students and potential family members of students to see the Black alumni who come before them, but also to create that connection, because oftentimes people, you know, they become what they can see. So it's helping to lay that foundation and that partnership. So as a council, we did work on creating videos that were sent directly to prospective students. And we also have a prospective student referral form. So anybody can refer potential students to Auburn to start that recruitment and cultivation process. So we are just excited about the work we've started and then what's to come as we're trying to recruit and retain students. And we also know that funding is a big piece of that. So we look forward to ways that we can grow funding opportunities with scholarships as well when we're looking at our work.
Well, thank you for sharing that important information and talking about the resources. Let's go ahead and play the video so we can see what this is about.
War Eagle. My name is Sonia Jenkins, and I'm a 1992 graduate of the College of Science and Mathematics at Auburn University. My son Josh is a sophomore at Auburn, and he's working on his software engineering degree in the College of Engineering. Congratulations to you for taking the first step to joining the Auburn family. Getting accepted to Auburn is no small feat, and it is a direct result of your hard work, tenacity, perseverance, and spirit of excellence during these unprecedented times. For me, Auburn means family. The relationships that I've maintained from my freshman year, which was a long time ago, to the new relationships that have been formed, whether it's from returning to Auburn for activities as a parent or as an alum, anytime we get together via Zoom or even in person, it always feels like a family reunion, sprinkled with a little bit of burnt orange and navy blue love. My son has found his home at Auburn, even in the midst of a pandemic. The challenges of social distancing, reduced class sizes, virtual events and activities, there are still opportunities for you to find your home at Auburn. I recently asked my son, "Why do you love Auburn?" His response, "That's a good question, Mom. I don't know. I really can't explain it. It's a feeling." And you know what? He's right. It is a feeling that you really can't explain, but you just know it. So what are you waiting for? Come on and join us. Cross the bridge from admissions to enrollment. Auburn is not Auburn without you. Come on and join us. War Eagle.
So
I
that
love the video and I love how genuine she is, how much truly does love and feel the family. And it's something that always draws us in with Auburn University. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming events that are taking place right now. Conversations with the council. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we actually have a conversation with the council, and this is our first event as a council. We've had a chance to participate in a few other things with the Women's Summit as well as with the Auburn Club's Leadership Conference, but this is our first official event as a council, and it's called Conversation with the Council. It's coming up on Sunday, April the 25th at 3 p.m. Central. And this is a chance for folks to really come and get to know us as council members, the 10 inaugural council members, but also for us to talk more about our theme for the year, which is building a strong legacy, our vision, our value, and our voice. And then also just to learn ways that folks can come and engage in our activities and look for ways that we can support students, but also participate as alumni. And then of course, a chance to fellowship with Auburn Tigers as well. So that is coming up on Sunday, April 25th, 3 o'clock. We will be giving away some Auburn swag throughout the conversation and connection too. So that is something we're excited about. And you can register now on the Auburn Alumni Association website. And we just hope that folks will take time just to come out and join us, learn more, and also ask questions as well to help as we continue to plan for the work of the council.
Well, come on, come all. Join this conversation. I'm sure it will be great. Mary Morgan Klein says, "Thank you for your love of Auburn." I would like to talk about one of my favorite times of the year, which is the Black Alumni Weekend. So tell us about that. We've got some pictures and some videos we'll show in a few minutes, but can you tell us a little bit about what it is? And then later we'll talk about why it matters and how important it is to Auburn University.
Yeah, so Black Alumni Weekend, or week rather, has been going on for I think 7 years, and I've had the chance to attend all 7 of them in some capacity. So it is just another chance for Black alumni to come together, to connect and engage with each other. And I almost feel like it's a family reunion. And I say that because each time you're meeting new people that you hadn't met before, and then you're also reconnecting with folks that you hadn't seen in years. So you're seeing their family and also folks who now have children who are at Auburn. So it's just a full circle moment to come back and connect with the university right there on the plains. But also we have a scholarship that we raise money for. So part of the registration typically funds go towards a scholarship. We also have a banquet where we highlight and do an award ceremony for Black alum who are outstanding in their careers and also in their community. So it's just a chance for us to uplift and support them. And for me, this is inspiring just to see fellow Auburn alumni who look like me and have some of the same experiences as me, who are doing excellent and well and excelling. And I think it's so important for our current students and prospective students to also see this. Of course, we have football in there too. Typically, we do a football game and tailgate, and we wouldn't, of course, we have to have a little time where we get together and dance and connect that way too. So it's just a beneficial time for us to gather. We also talk about concerns and experiences, but it is all about the connection in how we all support and love Auburn in ways that we can continue to engage and move forward for years to come. So it's a reunion in my opinion. And even last year, I'm so happy that Erin was able to still keep the weekend in effect because we were able to pivot and go virtually. And not only was it just a weekend, but it was a full week of events. So I know we are looking forward to Black Alumni Week/weekend this fall. Not really sure at this point the particular time or date. So just be on the lookout for that announcement to come soon on the actual date of the Black Alumni Week/weekend connection, because it may be a hybrid experience. We don't know what that looks like, just because we're still trying to figure out the pandemic and COVID. But again, it's just so important for us to continue to have that connection, to be visible, to share the diversity of what Auburn is, which is a melting pot of all people, cultures, and identities.
I have to agree. Listen, it's a very enriching event. As a matter of fact, I love going to it because I enjoy dancing. And so I don't get to do it all that often. And that's the one time I get to go and do enjoy the dancing. And like you said, enjoying the time together. It's really fascinating. Speaking of Erin, she says, it's such an honor to work with Chacolby and the rest of our inaugural council members, War Eagle. So there's more information. Angela Smith-Jenkins says, hey, War Eagle Chacolby. So you've got some love out there right now. I appreciate all the information that you shared. We're nearing the end of our show. And I wonder, Chacolby, if there's anything that you wanted to share that you've not shared so far that we can put out there to our viewers. And one last person, Sharonita J.C. Mosley says, War Eagle. You see, it keeps coming. Is there anything that you'd like to share that we haven't shared so far?
Well, obviously a big War Eagle to the Auburn family. And I think the biggest thing here is that, like I mentioned in the beginning, it's all about living inclusively, embracing our diversity, our similarities, and our differences, and how can we continue to promote that in a positive way. We all can learn from each other. And again, it's all about community, connection, and collaboration. So as Black alumni, we are reaching out to each other, but we're also reaching out to the full Auburn family as well, and invite you to come along and be allies with us as well as advocates, because at the end of the day, we're all one Auburn family. We just have different concerns and needs at different points of time. So we just thank you for this opportunity for us to share here the part of the Black Alumni Council. Please stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook. We are on Facebook as Black Alumni Network. So please look us up on Facebook and just stay tuned for our event on April the 25th and Black Alumni Weekend. So again, thank you for this opportunity, and War Eagle.
Well said. Thank you. The Auburn Alumni Association is proud of the work that you're doing, and we've benefited greatly from your influence and impact. Thank you for joining us today, Chacolby. One last person, Glennis Curry says, War Eagle. See, there's still more coming. Join us next April 22nd. That's Thursday, April 22nd at 11:30, when we will be talking about Weagle 91. On April 25th, 1971, Weagle 91 crackled to life at the Haley Center. So help us celebrate the station that defied the odds, gave a voice to Auburn students, and defined generations of Auburn alumni. The show will feature current station advisor Britt Bowen, class of 13, current station manager Breland McHenry, and Dave Gamble, class of 74, Weagle alumni affiliate president, and the first DJ to go on air. Part 2, highlighting the Young Alumni Council, will be in May. Until next time, stay safe and War Eagle.
War Eagle.